right. Well, while we get some technical difficulties worked out, let's go ahead and do the intro. So, hello and welcome to session 45 of the Fight for Blight. Just so you all know, even if you are unable to be in Roll 20, most of tonight's game is going to consist of mainly two things. Um, making sure everyone's character sheets are tightened up, because I did want to point out a couple things to yours, Vieric. And last time I had looked, it might have been changed, but Mevara, yours was still a level below. Um, so just making sure everything's top shape there. But also, there is very, very little that you really need to be on roll 24, Vieric, in case it doesn't work. So no worries there.
All right.
So while we work on that, let's go ahead and go around, see how everyone's doing. And why not start with Vieric? So then this way, get his out of the way, and then start to work on the computer. So Vieric, how has your time away been?
Um, it was all right. I was overseas doing a little tour. Learned a lot. Went to Dubai a few times. It's an amazing place. I recommend it to anybody. But I went through a lot of highs and lows. I don't know. It was an experience.
Well, we're glad to have you back.
Glad to be back.
And also happy that the party chose the right path in order to find you and make sure they were able to save your character.
Oh yeah, that was dope. Oh, and big shout out to May and Creep for taking care of my baby child while I was gone. I appreciate it. In game and out of game.
You're welcome.
But of course.
Next, how about we go with Crix? I always feel like Crix has something exciting to tell us every day.
Do I though?
No.
Let's see. This past week, we changed up our menu at work a little bit. We've got this daikon relish and pork belly thing that we got going on right now as an appetizer. It's pretty awesome. Never worked with daikon before. It's yummy. And then over the weekend, I went to a little get together at a buddy's house in my hometown and got pretty drunk. Ended up playing some Just Dance. That was an experience. I am not good at that. Other than that, I did a little drawing and hung out. I hope that was exciting enough for you.
Nice. That was a lot more than you usually share. Usually you just say work and then that's kind of it.
Well, I was trying to live up to your expectations.
Guess I'm gonna be that guy this week.
I appreciate it. Just Stalin? Well, then that seems like you should go next.
Somebody's got to do it. Yeah, just work. Gaming, gymming. Work has been pretty interesting, crazy busy. I went on a site visit with one of my partners last weekend. We found out that they pretty much wiped out some streams at the site without getting a permit. So I'm interested to see how that all unfold. Got plenty of pictures too.
I think that's what you call evidence.
Yes.
And Mivara, how was your week?
Big week. Work's been all right. My last day is at the end of the month, so it's exciting. And yeah, I'm a little pooped, but doing all right.
Nice. Well, I bet you it's gonna feel like time's going by slow, but hopefully it goes by quick for you, May.
Yeah. And then this weekend was fun. We partied for Creep's birthday. I made him Guinness beef stew tonight. So that was fun.
Happy belated again.
Yep, and a big
Yeah,
happy birthday to Creptilli. And Creptilli, how was your week?
it was pretty awesome. Had birthday this week, so I did a lot of shenanigans. Yeah, yesterday I jumped out of a goddamn plane. And that was an experience.
Oh, so you did it. Dope.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, got to party,
Where'd you go? Out of
got to
Deland?
go swim. Yeah, out in Deland.
Nice.
That was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. It was scary. I would never do it again.
I'm actually curious on how that came up. Was it just like something that you wanted to do, or did
You're
someone?
total robot.
Uh
You're fine now.
oh. Okay. I was curious on how it came up. Is it something that you wanted to do, or was it someone else's idea?
Yeah, you roboted in and out of there. But I think you asked how it came up, if my
Mm-hmm.
robot is correct.
Yes, your robot is correct.
I'm good. Yeah, no, it's something that I've wanted to do for my birthday for like 2 years, and I've just finally been able to do it. And I was like, as long as I have somebody to do it with, I'm gonna do it. And then somebody finally said yes. So then we did it, and it was crazy. Is the best thing that I can like say about it. It was crazy.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm still robot or not, but that does sound exciting. I don't know if it's something that I would ever want to do, to be honest.
Yeah, I maxed out at parasailing.
I might have to try parasailing. Jumping out of a plane, fuck that noise.
Don't do it with a frayed cord.
Well, how's the voice sound now? Is it still staticky, or are we good?
Yeah, you're clear now.
All right, cool. So, without further ado, who wants to give the recap? Fairly simple, but with great rewards.
I got this one, guys. Don't worry. They found me. Period. Drops, Mike.
This cloud. But yeah, we did that. After climbing up this ladder, almost getting crushed by boulders by a
That was good.
giant person that was um another kinsman of Auntie Feeling named Here Team.
It was our great grandmother Yassine.
Oh, great grandmother, you're seeing, not Auntie. That's why I keep forgetting her name. Yeah. The relative of, she told him to, give us a little treat. And he wanted to try to crush us with boulders. That wasn't cool. But then Crix got to him and crushed him. And then May and just Stalin, I think, might have finished him off. Yeah, it was pretty great. I don't know who actually finished him off, but he went down. And then we
It
found
was
this
me.
guy in a box.
No, he wasn't too tough though. He looked way tougher than he was health wise.
Yeah, he went down pretty easy. It's just weird that he was helping us in the least helpful way possible.
Agreed. And then I think we reconvened with our no friends or
Oh,
Crix's army.
don't forget that we spent a really, really long time trying to figure out that we needed to put bones into chests to make the roof lower so we could climb out.
Hey. I was just gonna neglect that because nobody needs to know that.
And I kept saying, I'm like, they're all glowing. Just put them together. but it's all good.
But yeah, we met back up with the Knolls. Some of them are not around, so we haven't gotten a report yet from the other Knolls, but they may be dead, they may be lost. We don't know at the moment, but we're back with some of them.
And we gained some levels. Brr, 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 brr.
This is true. So my first question before we jump into anything is, for game wise, is if anyone had any questions on their sheets, and just for a side note, um, Virik, you had a couple of spells that you hadn't learned yet, so I just picked some so your character sheet was complete, and that was taken care of. But if you don't want those spells, feel free to change them. But you still did have two from your levels. Just as a heads up.
All right, I'll check them out real quick.
I know that you still haven't necessarily been able to get into roll 20. If you haven't tried to or haven't cleared your history yet, that would be the only thing I can think of at this point. But
Yeah, I
I don't
did
know.
it. I cleared my history, but like I have no clue what's going on.
Well, if anyone thinks of anything, just put a message in Discord, and maybe that can kind of solve the issue here. But just double checking, did anyone have any questions about their character sheets?
I did notice there was like a 500 experience discrepancy, so I just added those to mine. But then I think I'm good, right?
I had verified the number. I think it was with just Stalin and Cryptili on your previous. Um, but I think I can give you the overall
Yeah, I have
experience, but
that
as
from
long as
last
you're a
session.
level 9, that's really all that matters.
Yeah, I was like 500 short for some reason, but I'm caught up to the.
Cool, cool. Alright, so let's begin tonight with this. As we continue our story, as evening is beginning to set in, still on June 22nd, year 1101, the camp is being finished up. Some of the gnolls have come by to help by digging out some of the fire pits and gathering brush from nearby areas to help spark a flame. It seems to be getting colder and colder the farther you all head up the Stokelet Mountain, but a bit of warmth is brought to each of you, as Virik has been rescued. Nearly in one piece, too. With a lot to talk about, a lot weighing on each of your minds, it does give each of you a sense of something, but that's something rather sad. Someone is still missing. So a bit of gnolls giving growls and barks as they look over to each of you and kind of give sniffs in the air as Virik is spotted. Slightly puzzled looks, but to be fair, when do the gnolls not ever really look puzzled? But with that in mind, the floor is yours. What do each of you do?
I'm gonna ask one of the Knolls where Dead Tooth is? Black Tooth? Oh, what is that guy's name? Old Big Dog.
No, no, it says with a bit of a shrug.
pretty concerning. He was a powerhouse in comparison.
He was also my second in command of the Knolls.
Hmm.
Well, where are the rest of the Knolls that aren't here?
The same response. He looks at you after kind of pushing some of the brush together. No, no.
Was there a fight or anything?
Mm-hmm.
What did you fight?
Big, big scale. Skyworm.
So not rabbits.
No, likely a dragon, I guess?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Even worse.
Not really fight though. More run.
Did the Skyworm take away some of the Knolls? Or did most of the Knolls run away?
Some's still there.
I see. Can I get a rough, guesstimate, by looking around at how, what percentage of the Knolls seem to be missing? From what I can tell, it doesn't have to be super accurate. Just, a guesstimation.
Sure, do your favorite roll for me. Give me an int check. Missing seems to be roughly 60-70%.
So it's a considerable number.
Yeah.
Can I look around for tracks maybe to see if some would have ran and escaped?
What point in the day is it? It's getting pretty late, right?
Is it
Yeah.
dark? Yeah. Maybe. Save that for morning.
I was gonna say, it's probably too dangerous to try and locate any of them tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll wait for tomorrow then.
So it seems like they left to fight or they fought here.
From what I could gather from what they said, they were attacked by a dragon and they scattered, and this is one contingent of the scattered group. So they probably came from somewhere else.
Hmm.
Well, Virik, I hate to report this to you, but it appears that half of my military force is missing at the very least.
Oh wow. Hmm. I'm sure we can make do. So that's what's been going on since I've been gone?
Oh, there's a lot that's happened since you've been gone.
No one want to tell him? That's fine.
I was thinking about how to tell him. So, since you've been gone,
I
North-
can't breathe for the first.
I almost went into that.
I
Sorry.
was so thinking of
I'm sorry. But continue.
Yeah, since you've been gone, North Point fell for the first time. Dire Frost fell. The status of Genesis is okay, but not great. A lot of refugees are headed to Blight, and all of that is because the fog is turning our citizens against each other. And we believe that that's the work of the ice giants and the dragon and our grandma. There's a lot going on. May, you want to help fill in any of the gaps?
Yeah, I mean, I think you did a pretty good job. It seems like the frost, or sorry, not the frost, the fog is something to do with the ice giants, and that was told to us when I think we knew that from when we liberated Yassine, who was trapped in a cave by our ancestors. Can't remember if you were with us then or not, but we also can't really seem to speak to our ancestors anymore. Silver and Vivek and those folks. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Liberating her may not have been the brightest idea we've ever had.
Well, I think it's part of what led us here to Virik. If only we could somehow talk to them again and get Adashi back, but I don't know how.
Hmm. I've seen Nadashi in my dreams. But even Silver stopped talking. Couldn't stop talking.
Yep, even her. So we're on our own basically to slay this dragon and or the ice giants, and rescue Blight from this blight.
Ice giants, you say? Wow, so much has happened since I've been gone. We can handle it all, though. We'll be fine.
And there's that big sphere of purple energy on the northwest island that we still don't exactly know what it is.
Oh, don't get me
Can't be good.
started on the orb.
We That can't be good. We have no idea. No idea what it is.
How have you interacted with it? Have you just seen it, or what's been going on?
Seen it and stayed clear of it.
That's probably smart. That's understandable.
In and out of character. Was it being swarmed as well? Didn't we see like flying creatures around it?
Oh yeah, we saw what might be dragons
Like
from very,
an
very
asshole.
far away.
Okay, gotcha.
So big dragons.
Big ones. Yep.
Anything else I need to know?
Isn't that enough?
Oh, we have a friend that's only got one hand and he got a demon inside him.
Wait, where's Pine Hand? Is he here?
It's funny that you say that. I also only have one hand.
Also, he said that you talked to him in his dreams or something. It may have something to do with his demon. And don't make him angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Hmm. Interesting. I'll
Yeah,
keep that in mind.
he turns into a real hulking beast.
I think I might like to see that. Hmm.
Although it's kind of funny, the rest of the time he's a bit of a pushover.
He loves the sled.
Maybe I need to talk to him then.
Well, we'll have to find him first. I don't know where he is. We got separated with him. He should be with the Knolls, but he could be with the missing portions. Or eaten by a dragon.
A dragon. I know those oh too well. Well, I guess we should get going now, perhaps?
Well, first thing in the morning.
So as each of you begin to huddle up in the bits of pits that are around the fires to keep warm as best as possible, only carrying what is upon each of your backs, the night seems to crawl. However, each of you, despite your watches, minus just Stalin, is able to get some rest. And during the night, Creptilli, while you sleep, you receive this. Morse code. But, like I said, the night is peaceful. Knowles let out a few barks and growls here and there, but other than the wind whipping and the snow falling quite violently, it's just really battling cold at this point. But I do believe that puts us to the morning of June 23rd. As each of you begin conducting your daily routines, you know, making sure yourselves are kept a little warm, getting food ready. It's just not really much of a camp to pack up. But each of you notice that your fingertips and your toes feel a little numb and begin to feel that time isn't really on your side.
We need to shit and get off this mountain, so to speak. Or shit or get off this mountain.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready to head out.
Oh no, I meant. So what I was trying to say was we need to either go find this dragon or get off this mountain. And I don't think we should get off without trying to fight the dragon.
Yeah, we've come too far to turn back now. The only real question at the moment is, should we try to locate some of our missing gnolls or press on without them?
I think they help a lot, so I think we should try to look for them for a little while, but we shouldn't put too much effort into it.
Curious about the whereabouts of Pine Hand too.
Also, we need our sleds. Do we not have those?
Uh, does this kind of terrain look like it would even be passable for the sleds?
It, in theory, it could be done, but it would be very, very difficult. Um, if anything, it would just be best to maybe have them walk along with you. But I mean, even then, the sled is gonna still need to be directed.
Well, we need our equipment. We can't spend another night out in the elements.
I can probably mobilize some of the gnolls to go and look for the others and locate our equipment, although the success rate might be rather low. They do have good noses, though.
Yeah, they should be able to smell for the dogs at the minimum. And then, yeah, I would suggest as well, like you said, making sure if somebody doesn't know where Big Dog is or old Big Dog, like like if they can find him or at least bring his head back.
So, Varric, what's the plan?
I'm still a little bit shaky. I just woke up.
Big Dog, please instruct half of this crew to find our equipment and bring back our tents. Make sure the dogs are safe and fed.
I will see
And
it done.
we should move on.
I'll call over a couple of the gnolls that are around. Okay, I have a job for you and a few of your friends, okay?
Hmm.
I want you to go and try and find as many of the missing gnolls as you can and bring them back here. And I want you to go and find our stuff and the dogs and bring it here as well. Do you think you can do that?
What?
Am I in earshot?
No, you guys aren't too far away.
No. I'd say Cricks. Maybe let's try giving a couple of them one task and a couple of them a separate task.
You're right. Okay. I need you and three of your friends, and I point to one of the gnolls that's nearby, to go and find the dog sleds, our dogs, woof woof, and our gear. Do you think you can smell it and find it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And then I will point to another one, and I'll be like, you get a bunch of your friends that aren't those guys, and go find as many of the missing gnolls as you can and bring them here.
Here
Here, to me, to Big Dog.
to you.
Can you do that?
Where you be?
I'll be here.
Okay.
This is very important.
Hmm.
And then I'll look at him. I'll give you wine if you bring Big Dog back.
Don't say that because I'm Big Dog. They'll try and drag me away to bring me back to get wine.
Death tooth or
Fair.
whatever.
Old Big Dog.
Yeah, something.
I want to say his name's Dead Tooth.
Yeah, dead tooth, not death tooth.
Now
Yes, now.
gives a little bit of a nod, begins to like pounce its way through the snow, then go gather some knolls, and then a few of them begin to head out.
As they're leaving, I'm gonna yell to them to come back around noon. I don't want to waste the whole day on this. We should probably move out before it gets dark again.
What that?
Before sun start to get low.
But Sunlow now.
Other low.
Oh, okay.
Their training is going nicely.
It is. They're looking pretty promising. About 5 or 6 more generations of them fucking with us, and they'll be formidable.
5 or
Like, it's
6
still
more
bread, right?
generations.
Like, only the smart ones.
Be nice. They're good boys. All right, so now we've got about a half a day to burn. What do we want to do until they come back? I can't go far from here, otherwise they will lose their shit when they come back.
This is true. Um, I'd like to sit and figure out what everybody can do. Let's just chop this shit and see how we're gonna try to take out a dragon.
I will stab it.
Yes. I've been working on a new spell. I think it'll be helpful to us, but I can protect a willing recipient from certain kinds of damage, like ice damage.
I think all I have is my typical hit and run tactics. I can walk on water now and climb straight up walls, but we'll see if that helps any.
You could have used that a while ago.
Yeah. Okay, now I'll turn into freaking Spider-Man Jesus. It's too late.
um, and I'll say I might be able to bless one of your weapons in order to do more damage, or possibly a weapon of my own. So the usual then. You two with your bows. Try not to get hit. And Crix, just Stalin, try not to die. And then I won't have to save you.
Decent
I'll do my
plan.
best.
And then I turn and I look at Virik and I say, Brother, this might sound a bit rude, but can you shoot that bow without a hand?
Wow. Of course you would, Creep Tilly. It's okay. I have other tricks up my sleeve. Don't you worry about me.
You're not using your mouth to shoot the bow.
That's why I said other tricks. Come on, DM. Damn.
Just for reference, what is the state of his amputation?
Wrist up.
Right. But I meant it's like healing state. Like how healed or fresh does it appear to be?
I mean, it definitely doesn't seem to be fresh, but it is more iced over, kind of frozen than really anything else.
Okay.
And sorry, I already tried to mend your hand, but it didn't work.
I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, we were hoping could just stick it back on you.
That would have been great, but that's too easy.
By the way, what are you gonna do with it now?
Just keep it. Don't worry. We'll figure it out later.
As long as you're not gonna just throw it away. I mean, we did literally carry it all over the place just to get it back to you.
I would never throw away my hand. There's so much sentimental value.
He probably winks with it.
You shut your mouth and mind your damn business.
Oh god, the horror of a permanent stranger.
Sounds like
Oh,
a good time
damn.
to me.
You all have changed.
Who said that?
This all sounds like the same friendly banter to me.
Oh God, is it you?
Well, each of you have quite a bit of time to kill, so I mean, is that the plan? The twins don't get hit, the ones in melee try not to die, and then Cryptilli watches from afar?
I mean, plans always go to crap immediately anyway, so why really have too much of one?
That's
He's
fair.
not wrong.
Just know that I'll do my best to get in the way of anything that's going to try and kill you, so try and kill whatever's trying to kill me.
I like that one. I'll vote for that one.
I support it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. Anything else to get done during this time, or are we just waiting it out?
Yeah, just during this time, I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna try to like recall anything that I can think of about dragons to see if we can find any upper hands besides what we already know about Cilium.
I'll spend half of my time that we're waiting meditating, trying to communicate with the amulet I have for my uncle. I think I have uncle's amulet. Seeing if I can get a response. The other half of the time, whatever gnolls are left, I'm gonna try and rally together and make sure they know the what's going on as best I can explain to them. Just kind of rally them up.
Attempts to, raise the spirits.
Yeah, because even though they're dumb, I'm sure they're still scared about what's going on and missing half of their people, which is, their family and whatnot to some degree. They can't be in the highest of spirits at the moment, even if they're too dumb to acknowledge it.
True. Before I forget, Cryptilli, what exactly are you trying to recall about dragons?
Just battle tactics. Anything that would give us an advantage in a fight. Like how strong are they? Like anything. How many people killed the last dragon that I could think of? Literally anything.
Well, that information's pretty relevant for you. Before Cilium came back, it was believed that your ancestors that came here took care of it, while also banishing the ice giants, or I should say more vanquishing. Um, and I mean, most of the tactics you would know for fighting would be more like defensive style for in a like in a castle, siege weapons, catapults, things of that nature.
Okay.
There's not really much information for like kind of how it was done. I mean, other than your ancestors taking care of it with the weapons that each of you pretty much possess.
Okay. So then I'll make a mental note that if we ever find a Dashi, he's gonna write a fucking book about how to kill dragons. It's gonna be how to kill your dragon.
Yeah, I thought about the movies when you said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Crix, you're able to raise the spirits fairly easily. Most of them, in as you said, they're just not really that smart. So it's pretty easy to convince them that, I like everything's just gonna be okay. A lot of them uh, kind of want to like play fight and such to like pass the time, but other than that, everyone seems to be you know in at least a little bit better of a mood. Virik, May, Jocelyn, is there anything that you'd like to get done?
I don't think so. I think I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on doing anything in particular. Unless I can gather any kind of food, but I doubt there's much of that around.
Nah, I just want to go pet Kitty and tell her I'm sorry for leaving her with my real hand, not the fucked up one.
Just nub her a little bit.
The
Cause I
cats
feel
are,
like y'all have been petting her with my fake hand.
but the panthers are with us.
They're not.
They are.
Yeah, so I want to go sit with her and pet
Oh,
her.
you're saying you would just, that's what, okay, got you. That's what you're gonna do. Cool.
Just not with his decrepit hand.
Yeah,
He's
the
gonna
one
use
that
his
I'm
good
sure
one.
that y'all have been petting her with.
I don't think they did, but that's actually a really good idea, and you guys should have done that.
Yeah, I'm mad at myself for not thinking about that. As much of hand shenanigans as I didn't think of that.
Yeah, we're not that morbid, I guess.
I would have bet a lot of money that Creep Tilly did that shit.
She actually didn't have your hand most of the time.
But I would
Good,
have.
Probably
good
could have
job. I'm proud of you
reanimated it and
guys.
everything temporarily.
You did what?
Don't
I
worry
said
about
she
it.
probably could have.
You guys did terrible things with my hand. And if it ever works again, I'm slapping all of y'all with it, except for May, cause she's my twin.
I did try to give it away at one point.
Wow,
It's just,
Cricks. Wow.
it was to a guy that he was missing a hand, so
No,
And it
fuck
just
that guy.
happened to be the right hand he needed.
No, fuck that guy. You guys knew I was coming back, or you should have.
either way you got it, so it all worked out.
I hate all of you except for May, cause I know she looked out for Kitty, and I bet Creep Tilly tried to eat her.
That is true. I did suggest that we could eat the kitties.
Yeah, I know, cause we used to do hood rat shit together, so I know you.
Well, as time passes, the sun creeps up towards the midpoint, and there's no sign of the gnolls. Do you continue to wait?
How much longer before the sun goes down?
Still have half a day, like roughly half a day.
I would expect them to be back in the next couple of hours.
Yeah.
But there is a chance that they interpret it as just be back before sunset. It's kind of hard to get them to do exactly what you want. But I guess the decision on whether we move on or whatever falls to May at the moment, because she's the interim leader. Till Vieric feels like taking charge again.
I say we come to a decision together. No sense in sending them out if they're only going to get lost because we leave. Then that'll be a waste.
True, But we do also have to consider our safety and the safety of the rest of the gnolls that we have here with us.
Yeah,
Staying here another night is quite dangerous,
we
and the only reason that I would propose leaving them, although I don't think we should leave them yet. I think we should wait until later in the day to leave if we're going to leave.
Yeah, we could also pitch tent kind of how the nose do and dig a hole or maybe some type of ice hut.
Yeah, I agree with Creep. Let's wait for them. Though the reason I suggested sending them in the first place was so that we could explore to see if we could find the dragon.
Ah, fair. We could have been doing that as well.
Well, there is time still to do some scouting.
Well, let's go ahead and scout then. Oh, actually, I believe that I can expend a spell slot to see for primeval awareness. So as an action, I expend one ranger spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, blah 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 blah, are present within 1 mile of you, or 6 miles if you're in your favorite terrain. Doesn't reveal the creature's location or number.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, so I'd like to do that.
You definitely feel that there's multiple of those things within your range. And you're pretty much getting near the summit. You're about maybe a mile or so away from ascending into the dark clouds. You know, rough judgment. You're not really, you don't see like the path leading up there because like it kind of wraps around, you know what I mean? So like it's more of a rough judgment. Hey, Vera got in. Nice.
I got roll 20 back, everybody. No worries.
Congrats.
Thank you, thank you. I tried my best.
So how about we leave the rest of the gnolls here, go start going up the path, and have the gnolls that went to go find our stuff like join back with these gnolls, and then they can follow us.
That is a pretty good plan. The only issue with that is the orders I gave to the gnolls that aren't here to return to me here. I could see them taking that incredibly literally.
All right, well, should we do a little scouting and then come back 2 hours time?
That could work.
Let's do it.
Ooh,
So May's gonna just lead, start walking towards the like path or the way up the mountain.
Got it. Is there anyone else going or is it just May?
I'm definitely game for going.
I'll go.
I guess I'll stay behind with Creep Tilly.
I mean, is it wise for some of us to approach a dragon's den?
Ha- Do you think you found it?
Oh, there are dragons nearby. Absolutely. But whatever it is that's up there, I think all of us should go together.
As you wish.
So as each of you begin to make your way, wrap around the mountain, going to the east, then up towards the south, or down towards the south, up towards the west, this jaggedy path becomes a bit narrower and narrower as you continue your ascension. Soon, the only thing that's really heard is the wind whipping and thunder seeming to roll in from the distance. How far do each of you go?
I say about an hour and then come back.
Okay. Within an hour's time, the only thing of note really found continuing along the path is that you do know it widens back up, but you're not really sure where it ends yet. Be difficult to kind of travel side by side, but in a single line, it's fairly easy.
Do we find any tracks? Anything?
Nothing. The snow's falling quite heavily. If there were tracks, you would know that they'd be covered up for sure. And yeah, I think that's fair enough. But after that hour, are each of you gonna make your way back?
Uh, yeah.
Just in
Yeah,
case the nose pop up.
yeah, I think that was the plan.
Got it. Well, heading back definitely feels a bit easier, a lot less tense. And as you each wrap around, perhaps it's the biggest relief to you, Crix, as you see a bit more of the gnolls gathered about. They all seem to be barking and looking around, each of them pointing in different directions. Um, but as soon as you kind of get a little bit more into the area, they all seem to catch your scent and look your way. As you each scan about the area, you all notice that there is quite a bit of gnolls still missing. But it does seem that the forces have grown roughly 10%. Roughly 40, 40 to 45% of what it once was.
Are the dog sleds around?
The sleds are around.
But no dogs.
Unfortunately not.
Is our gear intact?
It's got a bunch of snow and ice all over it, but it looks okay.
I see.
Oh no, our dogs.
Yeah, that does not bode well for them.
Well, May's gonna set to work on one of the sleds, trying to unpack camping stuff and see if what food is there.
There's quite a bit of rations. Each of you definitely prepared quite heavily. And with with the gnolls kind of prepping for themselves, you guys have been doing okay on that. Definitely not as painful as what you each were even just a month ago.
Thank God.
On the verge of starving to death.
Is there any chance Pinehand is turned up with the gnolls that have come back?
Nope.
Perhaps you can question them, big dog.
I can try. Is the knoll? Well, I don't even know if I'll be able to tell specifically, but is the knoll that I gave the mission to go find the supplies and come back? Is he around for me to talk to?
With that one being more of like a general one, I mean, you feel like you're kind of talking to the right one, but you're not really sure, kind of thing. Um, but most of them don't have like a lot of distinguishing features like Dead Tooth did, for an example. So it'd be a little difficult, but you can give it a shot with an investigation check.
Well, I'm rolling only nines tonight.
Yeah, you're just not sure which one it was. But upon looking around, another thing is confirmed. Dead Tooth is not amongst the returned either.
And the number that we have now, it's smaller than the number that I sent out, right?
No, it's greater.
Oh, okay. So there is an overall greater number. We got like
Correct.
5 or 10% total on top of what we had.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just kind of wandered by themselves. Maybe they've returned, but no one's really confirmed it with you.
I'll just ask Anul then, since I can't specifically tell if it's one I sent or not, if he was a part of the group I sent to bring the sleds back.
We find.
Oh, so you were out there separated, alone, and you found the sleds and came here?
Yeah, we hear bark. We come.
Ah, good boys. I'll relate to the others that it seems like these gnolls might be a different splinter group than the ones that I sent out. Which means the ones I sent to find the sled are not going to be able to find the sled.
That's okay. Hopefully, they still come back before the sun goes down.
It is what I told them to do, but they can also be overzealous in accomplishing a task.
This is true.
What time of day is it now? It's around 3 o'clock ish.
It's a bit past noon.
Well, May, at least we have our stuff now. That's a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. We can make camp for the night here. Stay warm, eat some rations, and prepare tomorrow to ascend first thing in the morning.
It sounds like a wise plan to me. It seems to me like we may be walking into a final showdown of sorts. I'd like to be as rested as I could be.
That's two. Anyone else got a vote?
Not opposed to it.
Well, I got 3 yeses and 2 unknowns, but it seems that it doesn't really matter. They're outvoted, right?
I was about to say either way, they're outvoted. So
We're sleeping here tonight.
Perfect.
All right. So there are plenty of time left in the day. So you're setting up your camp, getting things, set up pretty comfortably with not having to rush with only an hour remaining. About another hour passes. Some more gnolls begin to trickle in, one by one. Then another hour. And finally, Crix, 2 gnoll groups approach you. Ugh. We not find shit.
That's okay. Our ship made its way back here anyway. You did a good job.
Lots frozen. They stuck.
Wait, what was that?
did he say they stuck?
I think he said our dogs were frozen.
Shakes his head. Lots.
Oh, lots. So a bunch of frozen gnolls where you went?
Shakes his head, yes.
Did you see Dead Tooth there?
Can't tell.
Okay.
Sounds like we just have to push forward.
Yeah, Big Dog's gonna hurt whatever did that to my gnolls.
Big worm.
Big Dog gonna kill Big Worm.
What Noel do?
Help.
Gives like a bit of a confident look towards you, shakes his head. Kind of signals the rest to follow by kind of giving that little bit of a head nod, and each of the gnolls make their way away from your little encampment area. But with everyone returned, and there being a few hours left in the day, does your decision still stand just to rest for the night and make your way for the next morning?
think that's all we could do at this point.
Yeah, it'd probably be suicidal to try and go in the middle of the night.
Not to be a stickler, but I'm gonna want an answer from each of you.
Yeah, if nothing's changed.
Pia may not be here right now.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. It doesn't show you in game.
Huh. Oh, I'm on my phone. Maybe my laptop like went to sleep or something.
Vieric? Not sure if he's here or not. We'll give him just a moment. Before we move on, how are each of you feeling about this?
Um, I'm just hoping that we don't have anything attack us during the night.
Yeah. Crix is nervous but determined, and I'm a little worried we might get attacked over the night, but we don't have much of a choice to go anywhere else, so it just kind of is what it is on that front.
Yeah, we're dropping like flies, so hopefully that trend doesn't continue.
Well, you all aren't dropping like flies. The Knolls are, but you've actually gained a party member back.
Yeah, but they were part of our force, so consider them as well.
Alright, Vieric, now that you're back, the question I had for everybody was if there's anything that anyone wants to do before resting one more night and then heading up the mountain. So far, the
Um,
consensus has been just move forth after getting a rest.
yeah, I agree with that. Let's move forward after this.
Well, with ample time to be able to cook some food, get some things ready, kind of prepare yourselves mentally, already kind of forming a plan, scouting up the area about a mile ahead, seeing what lies forth. Each of you feel at least a little bit better about your situation. But thinking of what lies ahead makes time seem to stand still. Eventually, the sun sets and night begins to follow. Each of you take your watch through the night, and other than the sounds of thunder echoing ever so faintly in the distance, all remains quiet. And each of you can begin your day on the beginning. I believe this moves us to June 24th. No more gnolls have returned. It seems that there doesn't there doesn't remain any there doesn't seem to remain any stragglers about the area. No barks or howls are heard at all. Each of them are kind of just looking over in your directions, kind of wondering what in the hell to do next.
Eat a good breakfast. It's going to be a long day, boys.
Alright, well, if there's nothing else that anyone wants to do, I have only one mainly out of game question to ask. It's only 9:42. We normally take our break about 10 minutes ago. Uh, I am going to need to prepare the map. It shouldn't take me that long, but I would say maybe about a half an hour. I had something pretty much else prepared, but at this point, it's kind of, you guys are pushing on to the end.
Yeah, it feels
So,
that way.
if that is the case, if you guys want to wait like a half hour, I can try to throw the map together and everything, or we can just do this next week. I can tell you that we will not even come close to finishing it. Considering it took about mm, the majority of the session, almost 2+ hours, to kill one of the weaker enemies that you've kind of run into up here.
Right.
I'd kind of be down to save it for next week and have a full session on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
what
then
I
you
was.
wouldn't feel rushed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. I don't want you to rush it, so
Well, I'm definitely not going to rush it. It would definitely be one of those things where we're going to pause mid-fight, but I don't know where we would be at that point. So, I mean, like, I wouldn't even want to say it's like mid-fight. It could be kind of the beginning still.
Yeah, because I mean, if we stop for 30 minutes now, we'd be getting back on at like 10:15,
Exactly.
10:20.
And that I'm being like maybe overzealous. It might take a little bit longer. But all right,
hon-
so then
nah.
I'd rather have you take your time on putting the map together than try and have you rush through it in it all just to get it ready to start it tonight to really start it next week.
Exactly.
yeah,
That's what
fair.
I was saying.
Agreed.
All right.
I bet I bet you wanted us to go check out all our frozen dogs and we didn't do it this week.
Oh shit.
We were having none of going backwards.
Well, I feel
Hell
like we're
no.
freezing too. Our fingers and digits and shit going on. Like time is of the essence.
All right. Well,
Hmm.
then short one for tonight, but then next week looks like we'll be getting into the final phase.
Oh Lord.
Exciting.
Creepy.